Another example of I mean, we've been pouring the superlatives on Zach all season long, rightfully so. Is tonight just another example of kind of his evolution? 13 assists, but then still has the wherewithal to deliver those two huge buckets late for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, they were really, really aggressive with him. They switched him a lot, and they tried to send two to him. And I really thought he made a lot of great decisions, and he got other people involved. Like I said, Zach, I think has done everything he can to impact the group and impact winning. Besides scoring, I think he's working defensively. He's trying to set guys up and make the right basketball play. So again, I thought he closed the game out very well, made a lot of really, really good plays, handled the ball against their pressure, got us into some different things offensively. I thought got the ball to Vooch when it needed to go there. So, he continues to get better and improve and try to put us all as a team in position to win.
Darnell, go ahead.
Yeah, Billy, we've talked about how the standard is the standard, and sometimes it's not about the win, but is the standard difficult to evaluate when you're looking for progress and development from guys when you're playing against teams this shorthanded, or does that still not change?
No, I don't think it changes, Darnell. Like, I mean, we if you look at things that we wanted to do, we didn't bring any physicality to start the game. We got down early, and then we kind of got our way back and kind of found our way in the end of the first quarter, the second quarter. The third quarter, we fouled too much. I think it was 11-2 from the free throw line. In the third quarter, we had several possessions of turnovers. We gave up offensive rebounds. There is an enormous amount of things that we need to do better that we were fortunate to be able to get away with, because on most nights you're not going to be able to get away with it. So I don't think it changes. I mean, obviously Siakam is a terrific player. He's an all-star. He's been part of an NBA championship team. OG, same thing, really talented and gifted player. Boucher's been around. Baines has been on really good teams. So I know they were shorthanded, but they obviously have very, very talented, prideful, experienced players that have been a part of big time winning. So there was things we got exposed on tonight that we need to clean up and get better at.
As a follow-up, Billy, you're also in the middle of a stretch of your season where wins really matter. I mean, they're really vitally important at this point. Do you kind of just take the win at this point in the season and worry about the rest of the different time?
No, I think we've got to keep getting better, Darnell, because we're a younger team. When I say younger, I don't mean in terms of age. We're young in terms of the amount of time that we've spent together. And we've got to learn each other. We've got to grow together, and we got to continue to improve. And there'll be opportunities, although we're in a back-to-back with Atlanta tomorrow, there'll be an opportunity tomorrow to really kind of cover some of these things here tonight. But we cannot brush things under the rug and just act like, okay, it didn't happen. We've got to, and we've been a really, really good rebounding team, and we didn't rebound at all in that third quarter. We got to be better there as a team. I thought we gave up timely 3-point shots that we got to be better at, understanding time and score and what's going to get you beat. But yeah, I don't think I think you have to address those things, and they have to talk about those things as a team, and they've got to see them. And then we've got to try to be better the next time out. And like I said, there's 100 possessions on offense and 100 on defense. You're not going to play every one of them perfect, but if you can compete really at a high level, more often than not, you're generally going to, have possessions that you're going to feel good about and proud about. So we've got things that we've got to do better, and not taking away anything from Toronto. They played really hard, but there's a lot of things I think we could have done better. And there was a lot of really great, bright moments and spots in the game where I thought we played extremely well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sam Smith, go ahead.
Billy, there's obviously a lot of unusual circumstances this season, personnel, certainly because of the trades. But you kind of started this season, the core of your team, and included Coby White and Lauri Markkanen, and now they're coming off the bench. What does that mean for the team that you would have two players like that you sort of viewed as the core starting that now are supplying offense off the bench?
I think it's a great point, Sam. I actually spoke with both of those two guys today at shoot around and just basically told both of them how much I appreciated them, because, as you mentioned, coming start of the season as starters and focal points and core kind of guys, as you mentioned, I still believe they're core guys. I still think they're extremely important pieces to our team. And, I thought Lauri played really, really well. I thought Coby gave us a really good first half. they're important to our team, but, I give them a lot of credit that, a lot of stuff's changed and a lot of guys have had to make sacrifices and they've had to make some sacrifices. And, probably from a scoring standpoint, Zach's made some, adding Vooch, and Vooch is going to have to make some sacrifices. They're all going to have to make sacrifices, but I really appreciate both those guys because to your point, it's changed for them, a lot of ways. And, you go from a guy like Lauri where, he's basically started all the time. I think before Wendell got traded, he maybe started all the time, but one time. So, as young players, all of a sudden things change and you start to understand that, everybody's got to do different things to try to help the team and put the team in position to win. And I appreciate not only the way those guys have handled it, but the way they've worked and have tried to come into games ready to play and contribute.
You said several times earlier in the season, you talked about establishing an identity, having an identity for the team. Of course, it's just 6 or 7 games since the trade, but could you describe, or you know what the identity of this team is now?
Yeah, I think, Sam, that we've got to be a team that, I think from the 3-point line and in, we've got to be extremely physical and we've got to use our length and our size, and we've got to be a great defensive rebounding team. And we've got to shrink the floor. There's going to be times that we're going to have lineups out there that we maybe don't have great foot speed, but we have great length, and we got to use that length. I think that probably from an offensive standpoint, I think the pace that I had talked about a lot, maybe to start the season about, getting up and down the floor, misses and makes, and really trying to play fast and get into offense and ball movement and player movement. And we needed to generate shots, through working together. Obviously adding Daniel, adding Vooch, having Zach, we've got to slow down a little bit. We don't need to play multiple possessions with Vooch not being involved and being a threat, where we're just running up and down the floor and he's getting lost top of the key to top of the key. The same thing I think can be said that, we don't want to miss opportunities that we can fast break on misses, because we got to do that. We just don't want to be a half court team. I think we've got to really be a team now that really tries to jam it inside. We did do a little bit of that with Thad in certain occasions throughout the course of games, but Thad was really a guy that played in the pocket a lot. So we're having to, I think, post the ball at a much, much higher rate than maybe we have in the past. And I think our identity has got to, we got to play at the basket. We got to play close to the basket. We got to be physical at the basket. And, we've got to do everything we can do to get our defense set. Because I think if we don't get our defense set, we'll struggle. If I think we get our defense set, then we can get our length and size into the game.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We're going to take one more question from Christos. Christos, go ahead.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. What did you notice as the biggest growth of your team in the last 3 games?
Well, I think we're getting more comfortable offensively about how we're trying to play. I still think there's things that we can get better at. This is a very, very unique team to play against. I always think it's great playing against them because, you get a chance to see different defenses, right? So we saw some zones and maybe box and one a little bit. Last time we played against, we saw triangle and 2. So a lot of times you got to kind of rely on your instincts and playing together and spacing and those kind of things. So, I thought we handled the zone very well. I thought we moved the ball. I thought we had a high number of assists. I thought we played inside to out. We got on the glass some, which was good to see. I think we probably needed to close a lot better than we did, to be honest. I don't know, 18-point game with 5 to go, and I think they cut it all the way down to 7. We've got to be better closing, but we did finish the game, which was good. On some key plays. But I just think that our group is learning how to play with each other. And I think from a flow standpoint, flowing down the floor, we're getting more comfortable where guys are going to be in certain spots and playing from those spots. And it's taken some time, and I don't think we're all the way there, but I feel like we've got a much more better understanding and more of a comfort level of how we're trying to play.
Thank you.